They said that democracy worked flawless last night. But doesn't that seem a little too perfect? From New York to Virginia, every race fell right into place, like somebody already knew what was going to happen. They tell us Zohran Mamdani landslide was a grassroots victory. Maybe, or maybe it was a script written months ago, funded, fed, and framed by the same hands that profit when power never really changes. Notice the timing. Economic strain, government shutdown chaos, and now a political reset. Convenient, isn't it? They call it democracy, I call it choreography. Watch the pattern, because next time it might not just be an election, it might be us. We're on the chopping block.
We're still going on with this crisis, this EBT crisis among the two parties that's causing this, actually, on this getting the government back to work. As I noticed today in New York, the new mayor is Mr. Mamdani. I believe I pronounced his name correct. And this is going to be interesting. And I was thinking, and other people have come across this thought process, that the left wanted to see how things shook out before they signed this agreement to get the government back on track. Okay. Now, I also understand that the New Jersey governor was won by a Democrat also. So they wanted to blame Trump for this whole thing. So now that the Dems have got these two important positions filled, we may see some progress going forward, which would be great. Because it is really affected so many people on so many levels. Some people need to get a job. Some people can't get a job. Some people are unable to work. So we need to have a shakeout. And when you get a governor like Mamdani in there, what he's going to do, he's empowering the people that have, the supposedly have-nots, to get rest on the shoulders, or, ride the backs of the people who are working really hard and who are going to be supporting these programs with the higher taxes that are going to be going up. So it's almost like an incentive to leave New York. Why should I stay here when I'm going to raise my taxes, empower people who don't want to work, and a lot of them who voted are probably illegal immigrants or that type, and the same thing in California. So they can just sit there and have a socialist country like places where chances are they left from anyway. It comes full circle.
Question everything.
So it's going to be interesting. I mean, the top in New York, your top tax base is the top 1% by a long shot. Now, are they willing to stay in New York because they love New York? Maybe they're born and bred in New York, and their relatives from New York, they just love. Are they going to stay, or are they going to leave? What is New York morphing into is the question. Okay, free transportation, well, that's a good thing. I agree with that. That does help a lot. That's the way Luxembourg in Europe does it, and they are one of the most powerful, successful countries over there, financially at least, not in the military sense. So there are some good things. But other things such as like these government stores they're going to have, a lot of the manufacturers aren't going to want to sell to them because they're not going to get the price they want. So how does that shake out? I don't know. It's going to have to be the old wait and see. It's going to be very interesting any way you look at it. I feel like I'm sitting in a theater with some popcorn and watching a good movie, but it's going to be a little bit longer than I want to sit.
Question everything. They told us it was just a temporary shutdown, a paperwork problem in Washington. But the truth is, when the lights go out in the government, shadows start to move. For weeks, agencies froze, workers went unpaid, data stopped flowing, and right in the middle of the silence came the election. They said it was a blue wave, a mandate for progress, but maybe it was something else, like a pattern repeating itself every few years. Seems a little too smooth to be real to me. New York, Virginia, New Jersey, the results were instant, precise, rehearsed, almost choreographed if you ask me. While the cameras celebrated, nobody asked why the same players keep winning the same game.
Mamdani's giving some type of victory speech. I'd love to listen to it, but I'll listen to it after we're done, kind of evaluate it, see where it goes. But a lot of people, because this is so hyped up by the media, are thinking that, Mamdani is going to be like mayor of New York City. He can't affect the whole state. He can, he can't affect some local policies, but still he's got to go through his supervisors. They still have to vote. There's still a democratic process of passing things. He just can't. I don't know if he could pull this executive order thing that presidents have been using for years. I don't know if mayors have that ability. But either way, I don't know how radical he can really get. I guess he wants to build, from what I understand, housing for 200,000 people. I mean, I find that a very lofty goal to do something to that extent. And again, who's going to pay for it?
They call it democracy, but we all know that real power doesn't need your vote. It only needs your attention. And right now, while you're busy arguing about red and blue, somebody's already painting the next color.
I think Florida is going to get a huge influx of high-end people who are just even going to walk away if they have that type of, or sell their penthouses at a discount just to get out. But again, it's you have a real tug of war between I love New York people who will stay there no matter what versus I don't like what I see happening to New York. I'm going to leave as soon as possible. So maybe somewhere down the middle is what's going to happen. Either way you look at, New York's one of the most expensive cities in the United States, and I think the people who are on the lower financial end of it are going to welcome a guy like Mamdani because he's going to make it easier for them to get all these benefits, but still in the long run, that disempowers you from getting work. But the way corporations have been going right now and AI coming in, there may not be much work to get. I don't know. At least if you're going to go somewhere, go in the wave or the trend of AI and educate yourself in that field and be part of it versus actually fighting it.
Question everything. Meanwhile, the shutdown deepens. Federal aid stalls, contractors bleed cash, the public grows restless, divided, chaos on the surface, and perfect order beneath. When the system pauses, somebody presses reset. They rewrite contract, realign budget, redraw district, and when the lights come back on, the map looks different.
Also, another kind of a silent crisis going on is there's lots of nurses are actually starting to quit. They're feeling the stress of too much work and not enough backup, being in a kind of funny, an unhealthy environment, yet you're in the health field. So they have to somehow give the nurses either more financial resources or basically give them some help. Hire more people, even a lower rate. The bottom line is you got to take care of your clients, which could be myself, could be anybody. You need that help. You need people. That's one of the industries you got to be in there, not just for the money, but for the love, for the fact that you care about people and you want to see them recover, get better, or maybe they're going through some terrible thing that they're not going to make it. Just be there for them. But if you have a lot of external pressure created by the internal politics of your working establishment, then something has to be done because the ultimate loser is going to be the patient.
They say it's just another government shutdown? I don't think so. Let's open our eyes. This isn't about budget, it's about control. While they tell us to stay calm, agencies go dark, workers lose pay, and the data stops flowing. That's when they make their moves behind closed doors. Every time the lights go out in Washington, the same elites tighten their grip on our money, our economy, and our freedom. The American people are left in the dark, literally and politically. While they reset the system right under our noses, don't call it a shutdown. It's a government shutdown crisis.
The clients, the general public, they're going to be the losers, and the nurses themselves because of the undue pressure and non-support they're getting. I mean, what a tireless job that is. People are in such a disarray health-wise that they're maybe in pain, they may be losing their mind, and they may get demanding. You have to put a lot, be very selfless. Selfless is a good word to be in that industry. So I'm hoping that even this little podcast we're doing right here will bring more attention to it, where people will appreciate and maybe help out or even volunteer to help these people. America is a great country for volunteering and helping, even though these crises, this financial crisis we're in right now, people still go out and will help people. The best way to forget about your health, your problems, go help somebody else with their problems. EBT, well, we're kind of still there. I mean, some people will get the benefits, some won't. And the sooner this ends, the better. Then we have to deal with people. They say, well, go get a job. Well, where are the jobs? Am I qualified to get a job? I've seen so many distraught people going through maybe 100 to 200 interviews and maybe getting one or two offers or even second interviews. So you really got to be good at what you do. Separate yourself from the crowd. Figure out ways you can get that second interview. Send them a thank you letter. whatever you could do. Volunteer. If you want to get a good job, go volunteer your time with people who have time. You'll associate with them. They'll see you're a good quality person. They'll want to hire you. You'll be part of the economic solution by getting a job.
Question everything.